Hey kiddos, in this video we're going to go over how to solve area problems with acute triangles. We saw in the last video how to solve right triangles, and now we're going to see how to solve with acute triangles. And so in this question we see that Tiago and Angela are trying to find the area of the following triangle that we see here. Tiago says that you can find the sum of the area of the two triangles that make up the triangle, and Angela thinks that you can simply find the area using the formula that we learned last time, which is area is half of the base times height, using a base of 11 feet and a height of 4 feet. 11 feet because 3 plus 8 gives you 11. And then the height, she believes, is 4 feet. Who do you think is correct? Let's go ahead and try both methods. So first off with Tiago. Tiago says, hey, I see this triangle here, which is 3 feet times 4 feet, and then divide by 2. And then he says also, hey, I see this second triangle that's here, which is 4 feet by 8 feet, and again, divide by 2. And if we take the sum of those two triangles, then that would be 3 times 4 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. 4 times 8 is 32, divided by 2 is 16. So if we add those two together, it gives you 22 feet squared. Whereas Angela's saying, well, I don't think we need to do all that. We can just take the base, which is 11 feet, times the height, which is 4 feet, divide that by 2, and that'll give us the area for this entire triangle, this acute triangle. So 11 times 4 is 44. 44 divided by 2 is 22. And hopefully we recognize that, oh, who is correct? Both of them were correct. That finding the area for the separate parts of this triangle and then adding it together, finding the sum of those two areas of those triangles is fine, or we can just find the area of the entire triangle. Neither one of these methods is going to allow us to be able to find the area of the acute triangle. And so what is the key point for today's lesson? Well, the key point is this. The area formula of a right triangle applies to an acute triangle, or to all acute triangles. That same formula that Angela was like, hey, this worked for our right triangles, well, it's also going to work for acute triangles. That if we multiply the base times the height, that and divide that by 2, or take half of that product, that will give us the area for the acute triangle as well. So kiddos, this is what we want to make sure that we have in our composition notebooks. Want to make sure that you're labeling it also Unit 7, Lesson 4, key point, that the area formula of a right triangle applies to acute triangles. Excellent. Now, let's go with our example of tested conjecture number 1. What is the area of the triangle below? So number 1, let's write out the formula for area of a triangle. It's 1/2 of a base times height. Here we see that our base is 5 inches plus 1.5 inches, which is 6.5 inches. And that our height is located here by the dotted line that forms that right angle, and that's equal to 3 inches. And we want to make sure that we're taking half of this, or half of this product. And so 6.5 times 3 is equal to half of our base times height. And so when we multiply 6.5 times 3, that gives us 19.5. Half of 19.5 is what we see here, which is equal to 9.75. So the area for this triangle is going to be 9.75 inches squared. Once again, remember, don't forget our units. In this case, it's inches squared. Key point to remember, a lot of kiddos are going to make the mistake of saying that 3.4 is the height of this triangle. Don't be one of those kiddos. 3.4 is not the height of this triangle. 3 inches is the height of the triangle. And you're going to know that when we see that dotted line that's going from the base just straight up. When it forms that right angle, that is the height of the triangle. Excellent. So, key point for today, once again, kiddos, or for this lesson, is that the area formula of a right triangle applies to acute triangles. All right, let's go with our lesson for today.